Welcome anyone to the Gaming Chamber Podcast, episode 7. Wow, 7 episodes. I just realized that we're starting to get a groove going on. This is what now we haven't missed. We've done it 3 weeks in a row, guys.
Something like that.
We're starting to actually get a groove going on. I am To Be Kill You, aka Everett. Joining me as always, the two assholes of my life, JJ and Devin. Go ahead and say what's up, guys.
Hey,
Oh, what's up, dog?
I'm gonna let everyone know Devin, Devin is a little not under the weather. He's just a little exhausted. He's had his birthday recently, so in the comments, people say happy birthday, but he's obviously had a good time for his party.
yes, I'm dying.
He's dying. All right, so uh, let's do the normal
Not really,
spiel.
I
Huh?
just feel like it.
Yeah,
Not really, but feel
obviously
like
not really dying. Yes, you just clearly you had a good time. That you're just low energy. But yeah. So like I said, we're on episode 7 now for this podcast. Didn't think we'd be doing more than 3, but whatever. I'm glad we're getting there, doing more episodes, just getting the rhythm going. So if anyone likes this, come on, like, subscribe to the channel, share everything. We want to keep growing and growing. I want this podcast to be bigger than anything I've done before, but that's a whole other thing. So before we get into I guess the main thing we're going to be talking about is the NintendoDirect. But before we get into this past week of the gaming news, let's talk about what we've been playing. Devin, what have you been playing this week?
a little bit of Assassin's Creed Unity, some Suicide Squad, and Gears, of course. Other than that, nothing much else. I still need to get into the Mario versus Donkey Kong, but I haven't had a chance to yet.
And JJ, still League of Legends or
A
RuneScape?
little bit of League of Legends here and there.
I'm like League of
But
Legends,
yeah,
RuneScape, right? Yeah.
I think I'm doing this little bingo event in my little clan thing on RuneScape, so I've just been trying to grind that shit out against another clan. But I think I've downloaded Tales of Arise on Game Pass because I kind of was looking at it back then. Um, it's been a while since I played the Tales game, so I wanted to kind of see what's going on in my group when I was rating in Final Fantasy 14. They were talking about it too. It was pretty decent, so I'm like, oh shit, Game Pass. I'll kind of check it out. And I think the other game I wanted to check out, I think was also Resident Evil 3. Added it. I wanted to try to at least also
Hmm.
play that. Heard it wasn't that like crazy because I think they removed things, but I'm like, oh, it's on Game Pass. I didn't pay 60, $70 for it. Don't give a shit.
Wait, is it on Game Pass?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just added it. It's one
Oh
of the
shit,
new games they added.
I didn't even see that. They've added they had just added a bunch of games recently, didn't they? Like 7
Yeah.
or 8. Like I saw like
Yeah, Tales
because
of Rise just I think just got added like within this week. That's how I was
well,
like, oh
yeah,
shit,
because
I'll
for the longest
fucking
time
play
they
it.
had I think Pal World or a game right after Pal World, something like that. And then like all of a sudden I just see the list had a bunch of like new games. Then like what last Monday or Tuesday, right? They added Dead Island 2 just after we were playing for the
Oh yeah,
free
the
trial.
beta. I mean the
Imagine if
little
you
free trial.
bought it too.
That's why they did that. They
Yeah.
like who's it? Dam Buster Studios and who's the company? I don't remember the company that publishes it. They probably told Xbox, "Hey, you know how we're gonna let you add it to Game Pass, or yeah, we're gonna, hey, do a free, free play weekend, and maybe we get some sales, and we wet our beak a bit, That's definitely what happened. They were hoping that like, I mean, probably worked too. Like, there's gonna be people like, hey, this game's pretty fun, and it's interesting, and
Yeah.
bought the game. And then all of a sudden they look and like, oh, I could have waited 3 days, and now I get to play it through Game Pass because I subscribe. Okay. That's why you never buy games nowadays, kids. You just don't. You wait a year, and it's on something. PlayStation Plus, Game Pass, Nintendo's. Oh no, not Nintendo Switch Online. Nintendo doesn't do anything like that, right? Yeah, they don't. I don't play my Switch enough.
No, you
Um,
just get old games. Like you'll get like
which actually we're gonna talk about. There, yeah,
the rare games. Right?
yeah, we're gonna talk about that later on. They did. They added what is it, 5 games or something? Which reminds me, I actually need to renew my subscription in Nintendo Switch Online because well, yeah, I do play the games on there sometimes. All right. As for me, what have I been playing? Oh yeah, I started playing that fuck, what was that game called? The Returnal? Is that what it's called? Returnal. Started playing that on PS5. I kind of like it, but I also at the same time I'm a little weirded out by it. Like it's weird because it's by what's the name of that studio? Housemark? I think that's the name. I don't remember. They do they were doing all those like bullet hell games for PlayStation. I don't think it's Housemark. I think Housemark did something else, but whoever it was, they did a lot of those like bullet hell games for PlayStation, like kind of like how Helldivers is. Oh, Helldivers did the same thing. The Helldivers 2, it switched to like a third person perspective, but the top down like enemies coming at you and you got to shoot them up and everything. So with Returnal, it's weird because like they did do a third person view, like a gear, like Gears or Resident Evil or whatever, but it still does all that bullet hell stuff. So like you see like the enemies shoot at you, but it's like a circle coming out that you have to like jump over and avoid and everything. It was a little jarring at first, and I'm like, what the fuck? So they just did the gameplay, but from a third person behind the third person or whatever perspective. I mean, it's fun still, but I was just a little taken aback by it. Um, yeah, but that's all. I mean, obviously, then there's Gears, just like you, Devin. Gears, Gears, Gears. Get
Hmm.
that grind until, oh my god, I just need them to fucking announce the next Gears game already. I want to start playing the new Gears. I mean, like I'm doing for the stream right now. I'm playing Gears 5. I'm gonna keep playing it regardless, but yeah, I don't know.
Or just announce the HD remaster
Or
at least.
just give us the Marcus Phoenix collection, whatever it's fucking called. Just give us that shit already. Just give it to us. But
Give it to me in my mouth.
right, I was gonna say that, but I was like, I don't want Devin to say a fucking joke because he's a fucking asshole like that. But all right, you said it before me. All right then. So with that, let's get into this past week. Or actually, no, let's not get into this past week. Let's for a couple weeks ago, I said I wanted to start it. We didn't do it last week because Devin didn't watch the episode. Um,
Wasn't worth watching anyway.
I thought it was worth watching, but so from now on, the way I'll probably do things, I'll structure the podcast is when there's an episode or a movie of like a video game franchise, probably go ahead and we'll get that out of the way before the rest of the stuff that we talk about. Um, so that sounds like a good idea. Like we'll see how it goes. I'm still tweaking things here and there. Um, but yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about the latest episode, or actually the latest 2 episodes. Um, we could kind of speed run through them, not speed run through them, but like okay, yeah, this is what happens. Because honestly, too, as much as I enjoyed the episodes, like a lot happened, yet a lot didn't happen. I don't know if that makes sense. Like it's just like this happened, but they were like major things. So, uh, well, I don't remember what the episode was called. The third episode of the season, it was just mainly like more setup, to what was gonna happen in this past week's episode. Um, we find out that like what was his name, Soren. The guy that was on that like colony when he got arrested. He was arrested by the UNSC, and now we did something we didn't mention when we talked about the first two episodes, is that Halsey is alive and she's like imprisoned by the what's his name, Ackerman, the new like human, maybe not human antagonist because they still have McKee, but like the politic guy. His name's Ackerman, but Soren got arrested and now he's imprisoned in the same like weird like virtual reality kind of like thing they have Halsey in. And then during those episodes where they were showing Halsey, there was like this weird like it was clearly a clone. The clone kept like dying. In the third episode, we find out that like Ackerman's dad is dying, and that clone was his sister. Uh, that's what we find out in the third episode. And then apparently they already knew. Uh, Oni already knew that the Covenant were on Reach, and we're just like, yeah, we're dipping out, which is what they did in the fourth episode. They said we're getting the fuck out. Um, there was some other stuff that just basically led to Chief trying to be like, why is everything? Why are you guys hiding shit? What is going on? And then the episode ends with the Covenant attacking Reach. So then we get into the fourth episode, and it's called Reach, and it's exactly what you think it is. It's the start of the fall of Reach. The Covenant attacking. They're killing people, destroying shit. We got some deaths in this episode. There was that guy that was talking with Riz, the blind guy. We found out that he had a husband or whatever. He died, and his husband died. Uh, Keys died, which I'm like very,
Stupid.
huh?
Stupid.
But
He
I'm just
died before Alpha Halo.
before, yeah, like they're, yeah. This is how you like how you definitely know they are not going through the Halo like timeline. They're doing their own thing. Because Keys, yeah, he dies on the first on that first Halo they encounter, and no, here he dies during Reach. Um, and then I'm feeling a little bit bad because I don't remember the Black Spartan's name. I don't remember his name. He got killed. They fucking put a needle in his fucking chest and it exploded. And just before that, it was a funny part where like Chief got the energy sword and he's like let's go against, I guess he's supposed to be the Arbiter, not the Arbiter, but an Arbiter, I guess, or whatever.
The
And
current Arbiter.
the current Arbiter,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that storyline, yeah.
And another elite shot Chief, and so the Arbiter cut his head off with his energy sword that he had. It just looked funny. He looked at him like, "Why would you do that? I was about to fight this motherfucker." And yeah, that's how the episode ends. There was a lot of shit happening. Oh, I guess yeah. Another small thing. Uh, Halsey said that because in the last season with Soren, he was talking about how he escaped from being from the UNSC. What's her face said that like, oh no, I let you go basically. More basically, she was kind of alluding to, or not alluding to, but like basically outright said like, oh, so Chief could be the alpha, so he could be the one that everyone's like, yeah, we're gonna look up to him. He's the Master Chief or whatever. Um, like I said, there was a lot that happened, but I summarized it I think pretty well. So it made it seem like not a lot happened, but yeah. um, I liked them. I liked both episodes, especially the Reach episode. There was a lot of action. I've seen a lot of there was a lot of complaining online about how Master Chief didn't have his or none of the Spartans had their armor.
Yeah.
The
That was
storyline
the dumbest thing in the world. Like,
I
how you
honestly
gonna have a
could not
Halo?
give a
How you
shit.
gonna have a Halo show? How you gonna have a Halo show? No fucking like they're not even in their Halo armor.
You know why they did that, right? Like it's artificial, like to up the stakes, so that way they uh they can have them like in danger. If they're in armor, and they've shown that like they can take a lot of bullets and everything. So because it's supposed to be like they're gonna fight a lot of like fodder enemies and everything, they had to do that. That's at least that's what my thinking is, that they're like, we
So
have to make it look
in the
like
Reach video
they're in.
in the Reach video game though, are the Spartans in armor or are they not in armor?
Look, you can't compare the games. You can't compare any games to movies, TV shows when it comes to this. When they do that, it's got to be completely different. That's just like, look at the Last of Us show. Remember the sequence where Joel falls on that the rebar or whatever and gets injured, compared to the show where he just gets stabbed by a bat. In the game, you're fighting a shit ton of enemies, and then like that happens. In the show, there was like two guys, and one of them stabs him with the bat. When there are when it's a video game to show adaptation or movie, they're gonna do things like that because in a video game, you can get lit up. You have to get lit up because obviously you have a certain amount of health or whatever it is. And if you die, what happens? You just restart the level. In a show, they're not
I
going to
think
do
it's
that.
like
They have to make it
the
seem like,
Spartans have armor, shields, and everything like that. You can see in the season 1 where he gets fucking armor, he gets fucking cracked, and guess what? It recharges again. That's the point of a fucking Spartan. To make a super soldier.
But like the point is like, but like you're saying they need stakes and like they're gonna die. The Spartans on Reach already died and they had armor. Like so like you could like they could still been killed like with
Yeah.
armor on. Like I get they use that the lack of armor to raise stakes and but that's just plot armor. Like these Spartans died in the video game having their Spartan armor.
The shit. Yeah.
and like I'm saying, when it comes to video games to movie slash TV show adaptations, it's a completely different thing.
The same thing. Besides, the directors and all the people said they didn't give a shit. They're doing their own thing, or whatever. They just copied off a book and they don't give a fuck. They're doing their own little story thing.
I mean, like in this day and age, you have to kind of accept that like a lot of stuff that you're watching when it's an adaptation, they're going to use certain parts and look at the rest and be like, yeah, no, we don't need to do that. And they're going to do their own thing. Like I've had to come to accept that. I'm fully preparing for the Gears of War movie to like not adapt the most likely if they're doing it, not adapt Gears of War 1 like almost one to one. They're going to use parts of it and then they're going to do their own thing. They're going to do their own thing because they're going to do something where like no, not do something. When you're doing a show or a movie, the reason they do a lot of this stuff, they make their changes is because they're always trying to do different style of character development. Especially in like something like Halo. What was Chief's character development before that? He didn't have any. He was like he's a silent protagonist basically. And so when they're doing a TV show, they're always going to do their own thing because they want to make you connect with that character because now you're not playing as that character. You're not playing as anyone. It's being acted out by a complete like with someone with a face typically, obviously whatever. Hollywood, especially like Hollywood producers and all this stuff, like how many of them played video games? Yes, we're getting a lot more guys who've played video games growing up and everything, but we're still not at that point where like let's say you, Devin, were making a TV show. Like yeah, you grew up playing video games. But a guy like I don't know the name of the dude who's a showrunner for Halo. Like what are the chances that that he grew up playing video games? Like it's possible, but it's probably low. I know for a fact that the first showrunner, because they did change showrunners between season 1 and 2, said he never played the Halo games. He wasn't a game player. They just got a guy to be a showrunner or to create the show and everything. So like, that's just what happens. Unless you get people who are like, no, I'm basically showrunner with you. Like The Last of Us is a good example of one that like did it, a good adaptation, but you got Neil Druckmann in it. He was clearly like, no, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it my way. Plus, they also got Craig Mazin. He's pretty good at what he does. Like he made that Chernobyl show and everything. I don't know, man. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like they're gonna do things that you're gonna be like, why they do this? You have to you have to just kind of accept, unfortunately, and you have to take things.
No, that's not. You don't have to
Straight up be
You
like
can.
Devin said, plot armor bullshit. Like
Yeah,
you
No,
like you can still have them
You can
as
hold. You can.
armor.
It
Sorry,
can
go ahead.
still exist. I'm not saying like it can exist in the TV show, sure, but you can still try to hold these people accountable so they can make changes when it comes in the future because that's how shows get canceled. Like if they don't listen to what people are saying and they don't change things, if they're like, "Hey, like this show has potential," and then you're not people will stop watching and then they will cancel it. So it's like they should listen and hear feedback like this, and then they can make changes for upcoming seasons to possibly like, yeah, you don't want to appease every single fanboy, but like at a certain point, if everyone's saying one specific thing, like, yeah, I'm not gonna like rage about it, them not having the Spartan armor. It's not like, but it's like the episode could have been better if you had like how cool would have been if Master Chief and the Arbiter would have fought for a little bit with the swords and then he gets shocked with like the plasma rifle. Like how like there's certain things that would have been cooler about the episode. There were some cool moments and like not using the exact like I just don't understand. Like there's already like the game sound effects, like when the wraith comes out of the smoke, it doesn't sound like a wraith. Like before it comes out of smoke, like and then you're like, oh, it's a wraith. Or like the guns and stuff they already have sound effects, and you're like, I just want to change them. Like I just don't feel like you can make your own artistic thing, but I feel like some things like I don't know, like how like as a gamer that like
Iconic, you know.
yeah, it's just like there's the iconic like battle rifle sounds, like the iconic just assault rifle, like you just
Even
know.
the energy sword just tickles
Yeah.
my balls a little bit, like oh baby, you know. But it's just no point. It's like maybe
Yeah.
like the guy with the Spartan armor gets fucking destroyed by a fucking dude to realize, oh shit, these Covenant are actually better than us. And make it more
Yeah.
like
Because those Covenant
shit hitting the
were
fan.
running around with energy swords, like those could easily cut through Spartan. Like, I mean, the in the game, like you get hit with an energy sword, you're dead. It's a one hit kill thing. Like, unless you're on like fucking casual difficulty or whatever in the campaign. But like in multiplayer or if you're playing on like a harder difficulty, like energy swords are one hit kill. So like you could have easily like you could instead of a needler kill him, like that one guy could have got stabbed through like the chest with an energy sword or something. Like I don't know. Like you said, these guys don't play video games. They got pulled in. Paramount got the Halo IP and are deciding to do whatever they want with it. It's just it is what it is.
Which is what I'm saying. Accept the Halo show for what it is. When you see that something is an adaptation 1-to-1, then yeah, cool. But certain things are not going to get adapted to one. Like, look at the Sonic movie. Did you like the Sonic movies?
Yes,
They definitely do not adapt the games.
that's fine. But this goes into my point. But they listened to everybody and changed the way that Sonic looked because everyone was like, "What in the actual fuck am I looking at with those teeth?" And they changed it. They listened to the feedback. That's what I'm saying. Like the Halo, yes, it is what it is at this point.
So I'm going to
But
push back on
season
that.
3, they could
They,
change.
I'm going to push back on that. Yeah, they listened to the feedback and changed it, but all that was a character model. If they didn't change the character model and everyone was just like, that looks like a weird Sonic the Hedgehog, but I'm just going to watch this movie and see if it's good, what would have changed in the story? What would that have
I'm
changed?
That's what I'm saying.
It's an aesthetic
No,
thing that doesn't matter.
it does. It matters because that's why they changed it. If they wouldn't have changed it, if people didn't care. But I'm saying if people voice if they're reading articles, watching YouTube videos about their stuff, they should take this feedback into season 3 if they get renewed. I don't even know if it's renewed for season 3 yet. But it's like they should take the feedback that they hear online. They can't do anything about this season. This season shot, wrap, they've edited it, and it's all
Apparently.
done. Like, but you can take constructive feedback from the community, from voices online. You can take constructive feedback, just like with any job, and be like, hey, maybe we can come up with different plot armor things and like they could still have their Halo armor, but
So
like I don't know,
here's the
introduce
thing: they do that.
powerful weapons that can go through the army.
They do that. People are still gonna bitch. You know why? Because people don't like the show just in general. They don't like story stuff. They don't like things like that. The big thing they complain about, yes, is the Master Chief not having armor and seeing his face, but they complain about everything else. Putting him in armor is not going to change anything. It's not going to change anything. People don't. The people who complain online don't like the show at all. So saying like take constructive criticism or look at what people are saying online is not going to do anything because these people are still going to bitch about everything. They don't like, oh, this character. They don't like what they did with this character. They don't like that they're doing this. They don't like that they're doing that. Putting him in armor all the time or at crucial moments when they're clearly trying to do something different, not going to change anything. It's not going to change anything. They're my thing would be like they shouldn't listen to the people online because that's such a small fucking minority. Like the people complained online about Halo Season 1, and yet it still was like Paramount's up until now. I guess Ted is their highest like viewed show. So clearly something
Heads
was
on
clicking.
Peacock.
Or not Ted. What was our show? Beavis and Butthead. I don't know why I confused them two. They're two fucking juvenile shows. That's why. Until Beavis and Butthead, Halo was like their highest rated show. Granted, Paramount doesn't have a lot,
Yeah, I was like, what are you gonna watch the iCarly remake?
but people were watching that shit. There's a reason they said, yeah, we're renewing you for season 2. People watched it,
Season
and
2 before it even fucking came out.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. They renewed
Yeah.
season 2.
I
The
don't know.
guy
They
I
said
remember who
I
was
saw it
promoting
like midway through
No,
the season.
it did it before. They
They
did it
did it
before.
before, then
They're
I
like,
guess
damn, pretty ballsy for a show.
I
Especially when
guess
they're saying
they
we didn't play
waited
no
then because
games.
I saw
We don't
like
care.
I saw the fucking what do you call it midway through the season. Halo's been renewed for season 2. Maybe they were
No,
just
yeah. I
reminders.
People
remember
talking about
I
it.
It was
remember
just
the
a
guy that
reminder.
plays Master Chief. Yeah, I got to play the Master Chief. He was on like the Rich Eisen show promoting. He's like, "Yeah, we've already been renewed for season 2."
Maybe they were
This
just
was
Yeah,
trying
like
to
I think
remind
like
everyone.
literally like a
season
week
1
or
even
two
aired.
before it was about to come out too. They're like already
Yeah.
greenlit for season 2. I'm like, holy shit, you guys are fucking big dick in this shit right now.
Okay, well,
Whatever.
still they were getting a lot of viewers. A lot of people watched the show, regardless. That for sure. They talked about that. Everything, all the metrics and all the websites that like to report on that talked about. Oh, it's highest rated. Getting this, it was in the millions. I don't remember fucking actual number, but it got a lot. Again, like I said, it's Paramount. You know, I mean, there is not a lot to watch, so maybe that helps a lot. But they did something that people, the general masses, clearly were like, yeah, I'll watch this. So
Yeah. I wonder what the numbers from season 1 to 2 look like. Like,
season 2 could be different because
People fucking finished fucking season 1 there too. How many people just stopped watching it? Like I stopped watching that shit. I don't give a fuck anymore.
I don't know. I just don't see any
Same thing
real
as like
big
Call of Duty.
issues
Yeah,
with the
Call of Duty
show.
sells every year, but do people keep playing it? Like
I don't
afterwards, like they
see
play
any
it,
real issues
complain
with the
about it.
show. So I'm gonna continue watching it because I enjoy the
Like,
hell
I
out of the
like
show.
it. Like I said, I like the show. There's some things like it's a lot better than season 2. I mean, it's season 1. Season 2 is a lot better. I'm actually more engaged and everything, just because I just see more action. I'm a fucking unga bunga smooth brain fuck that just wants to see shit blow up.
yeah.
Like I just want to see Master Chief be like John Wick on these fucking alien bitches, yo. Like gives a shit. Say his one little one-liners like Keanu Reeves all the time. Yeah, I think I'm back. Fucking boom, boom, kills everybody. Like, okay, oh, fucking best movie ever. Like, okay, you killed my dog. Yeah, yeah, okay. You stole my car. Boom, 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 boom. Like, that's what I want. I want him to kick ass.
You
But
know,
yeah, he's got to
Yeah,
still the
I want him
different
to shoot
versions
like
got to be
100 grunts in
building.
the face.
Yeah, like, but again, it's like I get you need to still have a story because again, you still have to give it to the players. Like, okay, have the show, but I've never heard of Halo before. kind of shit, you know. They can bring new people into it, you know. But I'm excited to see more season 2 stuff, like especially with the Fall of Reach. Cool. We see that aspect of the whole city game blown the fuck up, which is cool.
All right, so it looks like overall I enjoyed it. Devin and JJ not so much. But
It was just okay. Could have been better.
I thought it was like a
But
9
I
out
like
of
to
10.
see. I like the episode. I guess it
It was
was
Dude,
like
if
good.
you think that's okay, whatever. I
dude,
would not give that episode a 9 out of 10.
why is it not a 9 out of 10? Tell me why. And if you mention the armor once, your argument is invalid because I'm looking at what was the story, what the action was, what was happening in the story. Him wearing armor does not play a factor in that. In what was happening and the
They
story and
killed a
the
main
action.
character
I'm
off
fine with them killing main
for.
characters. You got This is what I'm telling you. It's the fall of
I think that's
Reach.
the thing with Reach, though. Like, yeah,
Okay,
everybody's gonna die.
so, but the thing is, you told me to list reasons of why the episode wasn't also great, and I gave you another
Oh no,
reason
no, no.
that,
That's fine for you. No, no. I'm telling you why that doesn't matter to me. Like,
and then that character that came back from the death took like a fucking 50 cal bullet, and like there's no explanation of how she's back.
yeah,
Like
I
it's
still
just
want to
like,
know
yeah,
how
all
she's
right,
back.
this person's alive. So like that's the part. Like so those other like there are other things about the episode that I'm like, so this bitch just took a 50 fucking cal to the, and then just is like, I'm back, and we're just supposed to be like, okay, like that makes little to no sense, but okay. So there were other issues that I had with it, but
Okay, that's fine. Still, it's a 9 out of 10 for me because the reason how she came back is not playing a factor for me in how much I enjoyed this show. Him not wearing armor, them killing off keys, not playing a factor. What I looked at was what was the story? The story was the fall of Reach, and they had good action. And yeah, you know what? You kind of like with the way they're going, them killing off keys, I'm fine with because you have to have major deaths. And, if we go with like the video game Fall of Reach, they don't have a nobility. So if they want to kill off multiple characters, probably gonna have to kill off keys. And
Well, like the
like I
other
said,
three.
yeah, they have to. They probably won't kill
Like
Kai
this
off.
episode was one, yeah,
They probably won't
Kai,
kill
and then
Kai,
the other one.
but they'll probably kill Riz. They already killed one of them. But Riz,
Oh, yeah,
like
Riz,
I
yeah.
said, Riz will probably die. I think they're kind of choreographing her death because of the whole, especially now with like
Like
her
friend.
buddy dying or whatever.
Yeah.
She might do the like like, hey, yeah, once we save Reach, I don't want to be here or
Is
some
more
kind of shit.
human.
But then she's gonna
Whatever.
like die, sacrificing herself or some shit. And Reach obviously is still gonna fall. So I don't know. Major deaths. You need to kill off some characters that were actually in the show, not just like. Because like, can you imagine if like they did this episode and like only her friend and his husband died? You know what I mean? Like characters that were literally introduced in the season. I don't like when shows do that. They're like, oh yeah, here's this character that introduced like maybe 2, 3 episodes ago, and then now they're dead. Like, okay, cool. Was I supposed to care? You know, killing characters off that were in the show in the previous season. That's that's why I like that a lot better. That okay, they killed Keys off. That felt more impactful to me. Killing, I, even though I don't remember his name, it had more of an impact. I don't remember the Spartan dude's name, but him getting killed off, I was like, damn. Maybe it would have been better if Soren died.
Like, they can't really just Halsey just say that and just he just dies and they don't find out.
Yeah, I guess you can.
It's Venek. Venek. That's what it was. His name that died.
Oh, the one. Okay, him, Venick. Yeah, maybe you're right. That's probably why you can't kill. You couldn't have killed Soren off yet, because yeah, now they have to like. Oh wait, what do you mean? I let me go and this and that. So maybe you're right on that. Like, oh yeah, they gotta like
Yeah, it's just weird.
uh resolve that first. Maybe then they could kill him off after or something. I don't know. Venick, Jesus Christ, I feel so bad that I didn't remember his name. I don't know. 9 out of 10 for me. The action, and
See,
probably it
hopefully the
goes to more like JJ's Unga Bunga thing. But yeah, action. They had a lot of action in this. There was people fucking getting killed and bullets flying and explosions. I like that kind of stuff. You have to remember, I'm a guy who enjoys the Die Hard movies, like all of them.
Yeah, you have bad taste.
That's fine. You could think that. I don't think that. Dude, don't you like the Killers? So then, to me, you have bad taste in music. Like, that's just
Jesus Christ.
entertainment. Media. That's media, baby. All right, let's move on. We've talked about, I think, about almost 40 minutes of this. All right, what's next? Ah, yes, the Nintendo Direct. All right, so I'm just gonna run through a list of what they announced and all that. So, oh fuck, there's a lot of fucking games. Grounded, we'll get to Grounded in a bit. Grounded, April 16th. Ender Magnolia, 2024. Arranger, summer of 2024. Unicorn Overlord, March 8th. Monster Hunter Stories, which is the DS game, I believe, that they're just like a remaster. Summer of 2024. Epic Mickey Rebrushed, 2024. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance or something like that, June 21st. Poor Shin Megami, we'll get to that later. Uh, Battlefront Collection, March 14th. I want that. South Park Snow Day, March 26th. Sword Art Online game. I don't remember what the rest of it was called. 2024. Gundam Breaker 4. What is that coming out in 2024? Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble, June 25th. I'm kind of in a gunfight right here. So, World of Goo 2, May 23rd. Fantasy Life I, what, the girl who steals time, something like that. October 10th. Another Crab's Treasure. It was a Souls-like game, they said. April 25th. Penny's Big Breakaway. It's out now. The Suika game, a DLC that had multiplayer coming, out now. Pepper Grinder, March 28th. Pocket Card Jockey, Ride On, it's out now. Snufkin, March 7th. Tales of Kinsera, I guess that's a Tales game, right? Like Tales of Arise you were talking about earlier or whatever. What was that coming out? April 23rd. Demon Slayer, a Demon Slayer game, April 26th. Kingdom Come Deliverance, March 15th. Contra Operation Galuga, March 12th. I think that's how you say Galuga. I don't know how you say it. Pentiment, another Xbox game that we'll talk about, out now. Five rare games that are out now coming to the Nintendo Switch Online was Battletoads, Battle Maniacs, Killer Instinct 1, Snake Rattle and Roll, RC Pro Am, and Blast Core. And then Endless Ocean Luminous, May 2nd. So as you can see, there was a lot of games. This was, yeah, what was it called? They called it their partner showcase. So yeah, a lot of obviously these are all third party publishers releasing on the Switch. You look like the Battlefront collection is going to be on like Xbox and PlayStation 4. The Xbox games I mentioned, they're going to be on PlayStation 4 and 5 and all that stuff. Yeah. So again, a lot of games. JJ, what out of all those games, which ones look the most interesting to you?
That I really enjoyed and excited for is obviously Star Wars Battlefront. In fact, that's what I'm playing right now. The Xbox version. I mean, the backwards compatible thingy. And Shin Megami
Oh yeah.
Tensei 5. Like I've been super curious. I always to play, but again, like when we were playing and when I wanted to try it was like 3DS, and I was like, I don't know if I want to play my 3DS again, boot that shit up. But I just always heard good things about it. It's because it's different. I think it's made by Atlas. People that
Mm-hmm.
did Persona. That was really good
Wait,
JRPGs
the
and
Shin
shit like
Megami
that.
Tensei? I think Persona is a
Yeah, I think they're.
spin-off, isn't it? Of Shin Megami Tensei?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think Shin
That's
Megami
that's
Tensei
like.
itself is a spin-off of something.
Yeah, it's weird, but
And it
I think
yeah.
it itches my JRPG shit for sure. That sounds like it looks pretty crazy. But then especially when they showed off like a trailer like last year or some shit like that at E3. Well, their fake E3 with like just showing off games and shit during the summer. But it looked cool. I think those are two ones that are really like I don't. The other ones were like meh to me.
Yeah.
Maybe Super Monkey Ball because I used to play the fuck out of that
They
on the GameCube.
when I saw that
You-
when they showed the Super Monkey Ball trailer, I was like, oh, it's a Monkey Ball, but they call it Banana Rumble. I'm like, oh, there's clearly gonna be like co-op or something, or like like you could play against each other. And then they showed like the 4-player stuff, and then they showed was it 16 players or something? I'm like,
yeah,
oh, this is
16 players,
Fall
dude.
Guys. Like that, it looks like
Yeah,
Fall
yeah,
Guys.
hell, that straight up was like, yeah, Fall Guys right there, boom.
They
It's
had like
what
the
the fuck.
racing thing, like oh, the thing, like try and collect a bunch of bananas and stuff. I'm like, it's Fall Guys. They're adding Fall Guy or not adding Fall, but they're doing a Monkey Ball version of Fall Guys, and it's like a Switch exclusive, right? So
Yeah, let's see. I like Fall Guys is pretty fun. Like right now we see Stumble Guys, and that was a fucking shitty phone game knockoff of Fall Guys.
that's
So
it's
like that
oh my
game is
god,
really popular.
yeah.
So get a little gimmick on there, which I don't know, looks fun. I probably won't buy it, but just looks fun.
Devin, what about you? What stood out for you?
Yeah, like the Star Wars Battlefront. I'm probably. You didn't pre-order it yet. Do you want me to pre-order it? 'Cause I can do that right
The
now.
Battlefront collection?
Yeah,
I mean,
Much
you
is it?
can. I'm not gonna say no to
You guys
you.
yeah,
can
No to you
yeah. I'm
doing
gonna
that
pre-order that right now.
before you start using
Yeah,
me saying no to you in a weird way.
just gonna buy that right now. But yeah, that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to South Park. I mean, because we're just co-op games. I mean,
Stuff that
obviously it's a lot
we
gonna
could
be a
play
lot.
with each other.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be a lot different than like Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole, but like,
Because it's
I
basically
mean,
the
I'm
third game in that series, right? Because you're still playing as
yeah.
you're supposed to be playing as like the new kid or whatever.
hmm
It just doesn't have the
So
same art style.
all 3D
yeah, and
now.
obviously this one's co-op, so yeah. So we'll see. I mean, bare minimum is gonna be funny, so
Hmm.
that'll I'll be looking forward to that. So those are like the top two for me, like throughout the showcase. But I mean, I made this joke earlier, but it's funny Nintendo can announce like and have this showcase that has 20 plus games in 20 minutes and like fucking if you're Hideo Kojima, you're gonna take that long to show this one long video for your game and then at the end announce that you're working in a new spy game. Just it's kind of funny.
It's like so they took as much time as Kojima, yeah, to announce 2 games. To announce what
hmm
did I say? It was like
Yeah.
27 shits they announced.
Mhm.
And all games that are coming out this year.
Yeah, nothing was like next year, right? Yeah.
Yeah, which I know is pretty easy to do and it's February, but still, I mean, like you see that it's like, oh, we're coming 2025. It's like, but Nintendo, all the stuff they showed, it's all 2024. And like Battlefront, I know like Battlefront, we knew this was coming, but like it's nice to see like just what it's gonna look like soon because I mean, it's done. Obviously, it's gone gold, so it's nice to see like a final what it's gonna look like.
I wonder if it's gonna look like like because obviously they showed it on the Switch for this or whatever, and
Yeah,
it looks the way it looks.
as long as it runs at 60, I'm fine. If it looks a little dated still,
Yeah.
I just want it to run at 60.
I mean, yeah, when it comes to stuff like that, I don't care. I think, yeah, we've talked about this on a previous podcast. I don't care about how the game looks. Obviously, to a certain
I
point,
want
maybe.
frames.
I want frames, but gameplay. As long as it plays well, like, and should be, I mean, it's going to because it's the Battlefront games, like, yeah, then fucking sign me up. Like, I'm all in. Had to turn on my fan. It's a little warm in here now.
Player co-op, it's gonna be a clusterfuck. I'm gonna
Um,
laugh that shit's like tops off compared to the Battlefront 2 version.
so yeah,
Like Battlefront 2, the newer shit's fun, but
I
can't
like
beat the OG,
the
man.
new Battlefront 2. I like it. The
Yeah, after they revamped everything, it was really fun. It was
Yeah,
actually really
after they
cool, fun.
revamped, the only thing that I'm like when it came to both those two Battlefront games, I'm like all you had to do was literally make Battlefield with a Star Wars skin, and like on the surface they did, but when you start looking at it, closer and everything, like they have a lot of differences. I'm like, nah, they should have just made Battlefield, but with a Star Wars skin, like just straight up. But I mean, the game's still good enough. Like I played it enough and had enough fun that like even after the Battlefront collection, the classic collection got announced, I was like, maybe I should download Battlefront 2 and play some. So I don't know. Let me see. I think I'm like almost on the same. Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same page as you, Devin. Like South Park, Battlefront collection. I kind of want to get that Epic Mickey game. um,
I wonder why they're not doing it as a double though. Like,
yeah, because there
I
was
wonder
two
why
of
they're
them,
not
right?
remaking both. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering why they didn't do
Or is
that.
it just Epic Mickey 2, like,
Epic Mickey
I
2, The
forgot what
Power
it's
of
called.
2.
Yes, that's what's called. I'm
It,
trying to
it's
remember my GameStop
it's
days. That
literally
shit was a
called
mess.
Epic Mickey 2, The Power of 2. I'm like, why not just call it Epic Mickey, The Power of 2? Like having two in there twice is weird, but whatever. Um, yeah, I want to play that because like I was always interested in it and I never played it when it was released on like the Xbox. Um, so I
That
might want to
was only for Wii, right?
play
The
that.
first one only came out on Wii.
No, I
Pretty sure.
swear it came out on.
But the second one came out on all the consoles.
Wait, did the first one only
Yeah, I
come out
think
on
the
Wii?
first one only came out. I think
Yeah, I think the
so.
first one only came out on Wii.
I could have
And the
sworn I
second one
saw.
came out on
Maybe
all
I'm just
consoles after that.
maybe I'm just imagining that because yeah, the second one did come out on all the consoles. So maybe I'm just assuming like because the second one did, like the first one had to have come out on all the consoles. But you're probably right,
Because I remember I bought that game for my mom.
which would mean
Because she loves
that's
Disney
why I
stuff.
never played it then. Because I never played a Wii. Like, well, I did have a Wii, but like I rarely. I think I played.
Who didn't have a Wii? What the fuck?
Dude, everyone had a fucking Wii. Yeah.
Like,
But I
yeah.
didn't. I never really. The one I had like what I have on my Wii. I had Skyward Sword. Uh, obviously the what do you call it? The sports. I don't think I had
Sports.
anything on that. I think I just really had it for Skyward Sword because I didn't play Twilight Princess on it. I played Twilight Princess on the GameCube.
I'm assuming you probably had fucking Brawl. Dude, everybody had that shit too.
I
Mario Kart?
didn't actually. You know what? I did not have
Yeah.
Brawl.
Damn.
I did not have that game. So, amazingly enough. Uh, there was another game that I was interested in. I think it was Ender Magnolia. It looked like a Metroidvania. So like, sign me up. I like Metroidvanias. Still need to fucking
Um,
finish through uh Prince of Persia. And I mentioned it earlier because they said it. They literally said it. They didn't just like it didn't come out in like a press release or anything. They said it on the direct. Souls like they called it a Souls like that. Another Crab's Treasure. I'm like, okay, I have to try this because look at the way the
it was
game
on
looks.
PC.
It
Yeah, it
was
was on
right.
PC
Okay,
like early access. Yeah.
I was gonna
I
say
was
I think
watching like a YouTuber do it.
yeah, Iron Pineapple, right? Is Steam
Yeah,
Dumpster
yeah.
Diving?
Dumpster
Yeah,
diving. Yeah.
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 I watch it. Yeah, so I was like, did I see Iron Pineapple? Shout out to Iron Pineapple or whatever. He's a pretty good YouTuber. I like his shit. A lot of Souls like stuff. But I was like, did I see
There's
on
some
an?
golden gems in that shit too. There's some
Oh
nice
yeah,
ones.
when you if you watch the Steam Dumpster Diving, there's a lot of stuff now that like I'm starting to look at my Steam account. Like maybe I should try and test out some of these stuff because I can play games on my mini PC. They're not gonna look great. They'll still run at 60 frames, but I don't give a shit. Like I said, as long as it runs at 60
It's
frames.
fucking the Steam Deck, bro.
You know, Devin, you have a Steam Deck, right?
Yeah.
Is it is it like do games look good on it? Like pretty comparable?
They look good. The battery just fucking sucks. Like,
But like you
I was
could
just
buy
saying,
if
like
you
a
run a
like a
game, if the
Switch,
game
I would
right?
is,
say I could buy like a deck for it, right?
yeah.
Or like not a deck. I mean like the dock, and just connect it to my TV, right? And then like I'll just play PC games that so obviously there's stuff that's only on Steam or like on PC, it's not
I'm
on
pretty
consoles.
sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's only third party. I don't think the Steam
Yeah, I don't think it's
Like
yeah from Valve
the
itself.
official
It's
Steam
third party.
version has been released yet. Yeah, so you could have it on dock and yeah, then play it on your TV and
Yeah.
stuff. So, but yeah,
So
if you're
then
playing
the
like handheld mode, like I swear, like when I was playing God of War, because you can play God of War and it looks good, but like you get like 2 hours of battery or something like that, and you can buy like battery packs for it too to make it last longer. But yeah, like
If you buy
we were
a
playing
fucking
God of
Steam Deck,
War on it,
bro.
and I was like,
No, go ahead.
honestly, I'd probably
huh?
only really use the Steam Deck as a docked, like basically a console to play Steam games like that. Because
Yeah,
I'm assuming you can
So like
connect stuff to it then to like so you
a
can
mouse,
play it
keyboard,
on
and
a
shit.
dock. I'm like a mouse keyboard.
yeah,
Do you know if you could connect
pretty
like a
sure you
third party
can. I haven't
controller
done
to
it,
it?
but I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
If you could find that out for me, Devin, that'd be great. You know, if you could connect the controller to it. But I don't know.
If you get that
Ah,
shit and we can play fucking, then I'll be more entitled to get fucking Helldivers too.
well, no,
I'm not playing that shit with
I have a
fucking PC
PlayStation
right now.
5 again, so I want to.
Oh
If I
yeah,
get
then fuck, dude.
Helldivers, I'm getting it on my PlayStation.
Shit, bro.
If I can get something on a console, like Devin, I know you got to be with me on this, right? If you could buy it on console, you're gonna buy it on console, right? Well, except I guess for
Yeah,
God of
most
War,
likely.
for some reason you have it on your Steam Deck.
To answer your
Well, I
question,
have, but I mean, I have it because I have it on both.
Well, I mean, yeah.
but Everett, though, I want to answer your question about the controller. Looks like you can.
You can. Oh shit.
Yeah, I was
Just
just
try to
about
do
to say,
Bluetooth
yeah,
and
you
get the
can.
yeah.
Maybe I'll look into that. My birthday's coming up. Maybe I could get some people to
Treat yourself, man. Treat
shoot
yourself.
shoot me some cash, help pay for a Steam Deck. And they have an OLED version
We're gonna
now,
be
right?
selling tricks on the side of the
I
road.
think is the old one coming out soon, or did it
I
come out?
I thought it came out already.
I think OLED is already out. I think it was just limited, so I don't even know if you can
Well, I
get
mean,
the OLED
honestly,
anymore.
actually, I don't care about OLED. Like I told you, I'll buy a third-party dock and I'll just connect it to my TV and play it like that. Like I don't know.
There you go.
I don't know if I can play
You
games
can get
through
a
my
used one at
mini PC.
GameStop.
If I could play games through my mini PC, then I don't need to buy one. But if it like turns out like oh maybe it'd be better to get Steam Deck, I'll probably look into getting one at some point. Um, yeah. So what was the games? I already said yeah. Battlefront Collection, Snow Day, Ender Magnolia, Another Crab's Treasure. I don't think anything else really stuck out to me. Um, it's just a lot of games that obviously a lot of people are gonna like. A lot of people are gonna want to play. I mean, when I renew, maybe I might want to play Killer Instinct on the Switch just to see what it looks like, just for shits and giggles. But I mean, honestly, if I really want to play Killer Instinct, I'll play the new one, or the newest one. I mean, the latest one.
Let's just
But
play Classic Gold like, from the N64.
yeah,
That was my shit.
I don't know. So I don't. I like that it was only like 20 minutes, 22 minutes or whatever it was. Showed a lot of cool games that I actually am interested in. I give it like an 8 out of 10. It's a pretty good showing. You know, Nintendo's pretty good at that. They don't. I don't think I've seen a Nintendo Direct yet that I was like, this was a bad Nintendo Direct. If I have, it was very rare because they kind of don't want to have fluff in their directs. They just want to like, here's a game, 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 and
That's why it's called the Direct.
yeah. Well, I mean, PlayStation seems to be pretty bad at their shit. They try to copy that, and like, I don't know. Maybe it is a like an inherent bias like against PlayStation because when it comes to like my choice of the consoles and everything or like the big three, it goes Xbox, Nintendo, and then PlayStation. So I don't know, maybe it's that, but I don't think PlayStation when they do their what do they call state of plays, they're usually not that great. At least to my
Recently, they
memory.
haven't been because they have nothing good. Like even they've said like we've got nothing coming out.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
But just basically they said they're like, yeah, we've got no good games. It's like okay, So why should we buy your console then?
They just unleash their load on everything. That's like, okay, just give us time to have shit come out.
Well, yeah, and then they're like, yeah, they're not going to release anything until like earliest March of next year in their bigger franchises and shit. Like, yeah, I don't know. But this isn't about PlayStation. This is about Nintendo. Let's not make it about PlayStation. Nintendo. I don't know. Uh, Devin, what would you give the direct?
Yeah, a lot of games. Like you said, it was quick. Like I'd say like 8.5 out of 10.
I think that's why I would give it an 8 because when PlayStation has games that like, oh, I don't like these games because they'll typically like even that last State of Play we talked about had what like 15, 17 games or something like that. A lot of it was shit I didn't care about, and they'll take like 5 minutes talking about that stuff. Plus, then there was the
Hmm.
Hideo Kojima shit. Whereas like that's what I'm saying. Like the Nintendo Direct, they literally had a spot where it was like a minute of talking about like 5 games. Like here's another game, here's another game, here's another game, here's another game. And it's like, oh, cool. So you're just letting me know what's coming out, and I can pick and choose what I like. Cool. Thank you for that, Nintendo.
The big stars, they talk about it real quick, and then like they show all the little ones like
Cause like,
like they obviously like once they get the 10-minute mark or 15, you saw them start fucking shooting all their games out real quick. Like here's the other ones.
yeah, cause like I don't think they took longer than like maybe a minute for one game. Like when they were like, oh, we're gonna talk about this game. At most, maybe 2 minutes. A game would take up 2 minutes if it took a while. Which I'm like, yeah. And you made the joke earlier, Devin, but like, you were being hyperbolic, but at the same time you weren't. Like, what they took 15 minutes for that Hideo Kojima thing,
Hmm.
and
Or a third of the fucking
yeah.
presentation was him.
So like that's what I'm talking about when it comes to the PlayStation stuff. It's like, fine, I don't care about Monster Hunter Stories, Shin Megami Tensei, Pocket, whatever it was called, Penny's Big Breakaway, but like they didn't take fucking 5 minutes to talk about all those games, like each. They were like, oh, here's this, oh, here's this, here's the next game, here's go. So like, yeah, like I said, if I don't like a game, it's like they didn't fucking take 15 minutes talking about this and then like not give us any information or something. They were just like, yeah, here's a game, here's the next game. Oh, you want this game? Do you want this game? Maybe you'll want this game. So, but JJ, what about you? What was your overall thoughts, or what would you rate it?
I'll probably just give it an 8 out of 10. Around you guys' stuff.
So yeah, we're
I
all
thought
in
it was
about the
pretty
same. Yeah,
decent,
8.
short and
Yeah,
sweet. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. That was the thing. Like, and like I told you guys in the Discord earlier, like I hadn't even watched it until today, but like 22 minutes. Come on, like yeah, like I was able to watch it.
What do you want me to come on?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. All right. So overall thoughts. Obviously, we kind of enjoyed it. Short and sweet. There are some games
Yeah,
we want
I
to play.
can't wait for the next with direct. I think it's like next. I think this week. I think the next one.
Wait, another direct?
It's Pokemon Direct.
Oh, they're doing a Pokemon direct. Well,
Yeah, it's
Yeah, they're probably like, hey, everyone who still plays Power World, can you please come back?
yeah, pretty much. Essentially, that's what it is. So once Power World and all that stuff started popping off, they're kind of like, shit, we kind of need to do something real quick, announce something. I think what was it 4chan was saying it's gonna be Let's Go Gold and Silver.
I heard that. I
Version.
really hope that's what it is. Because if that's what it is, fucking sign me up day one. I will pre-order that shit. Because I liked Let's Go
Eevee Pikachu.
Eevee and Pikachu. Those are good games. They looked like cartoony or whatever, and it was a little stripped down in the way Pokemon is, so it's not as in quote unquote in depth as a mainline Pokemon game. But the thing is, like, it was just
I
fun
mean, it had the
to just play it,
it,
and you could play it with just the one Joy-Con. Like you just
yeah, and it was like the Pokemon Go-ish subtle feel too. We can just throw the Pokeball like that
yeah.
too, which is kind of
So,
very kiddish. If it's just like it's like a little kid that wanted to play it.
but I'm
It's
wondering,
not too crazy.
does
You
that mean
know,
that it's gonna be like Are they continuing it as Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but in gold and silver? Because
Yeah,
like,
I bet you, I hope it is kind of, but I think 4chan was saying they're gonna be a different two Pokemon starters, which I really don't want the fucking starters.
because yeah,
Again, it's
that's
a
the thing.
rumor,
You
shit like that.
like that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't go with the starters, Cyndaquil, Totodile, and oh my God, why am I
Rita.
Chikorita? Like any of those, I think you kind of have to do Pikachu and Eevee again.
I wouldn't. No, like let's go Eevee or fuck Pokemon Eevee, let's go Johto or some shit. I don't fucking know. But yeah, that shows that one to going to
I
Johto
mean,
to
yeah,
Johto.
that would make more sense. Like, Let's Go Pikachu, Eevee, Johto.
Yeah.
That sounds. I mean,
But again, I'm excited if it is because it's the 20th anniversary of like the fucking games, Pokemon Red and Green in Japan. So apparently that's what it is for. It's February 27th at 6 a.m.
February 27th, which is what? It's 2 days from
That is
now.
going to be a
At 6 a.m. again.
was it
What is with the fuckers?
because in Japan it
I know.
is
I know, but like, fuck. I mean, I'll be at work, so I could just watch it at work. But
I really hope it's really the Johto stuff or something like that. Because I don't think they're. Fuck.
so I
Well,
know me and
Scarlet and Violet didn't come out last year. It came out the year before, 2022, right? Yeah.
yeah, it came out in 2022.
Both the DLCs are already out. Um, is it? I don't know if it would be an actual Pokemon unless they announce both Pokemon games or some shit. Because
I
obviously
don't
it's not
know.
gonna be a Power World kind of game unless
No.
they make another RC like Arceus version,
Oh,
but a
that's the
different
thing.
one.
Maybe they do another Legends of Arceus, or like another Legends game. Not or not Legends of
Yeah,
Arceus. It was called Pokemon Legends Arceus, right?
yeah, Pokemon Legends
Maybe
Arceus.
they'll like do Pokemon Legends something else.
Right. I just want to know. So kind of that's kind not really Power Worldish, but it's like big open world, kind of like Power
No,
World.
yeah, like yeah, the Legends game was it was had a lot more like not survival elements, but like it was clearly meant to be more what's the word
Boots to the ground, bro. Boots to the ground with the Pokemon,
like
like
no
trying to beat
like
your ass.
for the guys like you and I who are like we grew up playing Pokemon, but we don't want to play like just like oh yeah, Pokemon
The actual mainline
like
ones,
the
because they're
mainline
getting really.
ones. Like yeah, because they like as much as I like Pokemon, like you know it is a little stale in the way it does things. I'm an idiot like that. I'll always play Pokemon games and get them day one and all that stuff.
As I said, I can also buy it. Like I think I bought the last 3, 4 Pokemon. Still yet to beat them.
Yeah,
I just get to a certain part. I'm like,
but like this is
I
for
really
the
want to
ones that were
play
like
Violet.
it's supposed to be. Yeah, that one was clearly supposed to be like a more quote unquote adult Pokemon game or whatever with the way it was done and everything. Um, and obviously it was an experiment too because there were certain features that were then implemented in Scarlet and Violet or whatever. Like, oh, you know, the Pokemon are out in the wild. You don't just randomly walk through the grass. Now you're, you know, no, you have to actually walk up to the Pokemon and all that stuff.
What
Um,
if it's a fucking mystery dungeon game? They just drop a shit. I know some people like
when
the
was the
mystery
last
dungeon
time?
games.
When was the last time they
I'm like,
released a
it's been like a
mystery
long
dungeon?
time. I think the last one was like fucking 3DS.
What about a Pokemon Conquest 2
I was thinking Pokemon Conquest 2, bro, or just
or a
a fucking
remake
remaster.
or a remaster or whatever of the first one? Like, I know Devin right now is fucking like he is falling asleep listening to us talk about Pokemon. Which next week, yeah,
Yep.
that direct. Obviously, you and I are gonna be talking about it. JJ, Devin's gonna be like, can we get through this? Can we get through this?
I was
sorry,
thinking he was still
sorry,
watching
Devin.
and kind of just be like, see how it is. Cool shit. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I did not know that they were doing a Pokemon direct. I'm gonna definitely want to see what they announce and everything. I wonder how long it's gonna be. It's 15
It's
minutes.
probably gonna be quick. I think
They've
it's
done
really
that right.
short too.
They've done that right, where it's
Yeah,
like a 10-minute direct. Like holy shit, they really were
yeah,
direct.
yeah. It's. I think they said it's roughly around like gonna be like 10 to 35 minutes. That's literally probably just gonna announce the games or news about Pokemon games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like for against Power World and shit, even though Power World's not really having a lot of people, kind of just the hype died down. Nobody gives a shit. But releasing something about gold and silver related shit, probably fucking skyrocketing shit.
Oh, if they announce, like, that's the thing. If they announce even as a Let's Go version of those games, you know, because I know there was a lot of people who didn't really like the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee because they would have just rather have had like a straight up Red and Blue remake and all that stuff. But Gold and Silver are so like so beloved. Like there's so many people who are like those are like to this day, even me, those are the best games in the series.
No life the shit out of it when I was fucking little as fuck playing Gold. Gold
Yeah,
my game. And then when Heart Gold Soul Silver came out, I had both and I fucking played it. Got everything. Went to the other version, got everything. And I borrowed my sister's DS and we just trade all the shit to get all the legendary Pokemon you can get and everything.
yeah. So
I
like
love Gold and Silver. That was
if
shit.
they
It's two
announce,
games in one.
yeah,
It's 2 games in one. How can you fucking beat that shit?
yeah. So if they announce a Let's Go, Johto, yeah, that like that because especially with like Game Freaks and the Pokemon Company, they've lost a lot of like goodwill with like Scarlet and Violet and all this shit. If they announce that, that's gonna start bringing people back into being like, hey, yeah, cool, I'm back into Pokemon or whatever
Scarlet
it is.
Violet real quick. It's like, hey, look this game out, and then everybody's gonna just like, oh hell yeah, and then don't give a shit anymore about all the things that they happen. But I heard
That's gonna
The
be
DLC is pretty
huge.
good though. You know, with all the old legendaries coming in the game and then their
Yeah.
respectable habitats and shit was pretty cool.
I don't have the DLC. I do want to get the DLC for those
And
Scarlet Violet
I
games.
need to play Scarlet, but it's just I'm just stuck to RuneScape, man. It's my fucking crack.
Mm, I should have been playing Pokemon right now for the stream, since we're not playing a game together. Maybe next stream. Maybe next
Maybe
stream I
actually,
might actually
because
play.
we big Pokemon.
I'll say maybe next stream you and I, JJ, will be playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet
Yeah, I'll play this shit. Fuck it.
for the stream. Devin could play something else. um,
Yeah, it's fine.
so there's that. Yeah, the Nintendo Direct and man, I did not know that. So we're gonna be talking about that next week. So yeah, all right. We got a couple more things we're gonna talk about. So I alluded to it earlier. Xbox games releasing on Switch. I mentioned Grounded and Pentiment. And what was it? Yeah, last week when we talked about the Xbox business update. That was last week, right? Man, time is a fucking blur. Um, they mentioned 4 games. They didn't say what games, but they said 4 games were going to be coming to other consoles, and they're going to be announced soon. Clearly, a week later, they're announced. Um, so yeah, now we know the 4 games. Grounded was one of them. What did I say that was coming out on April 16th? That's coming
Pentiment.
out. Yeah,
Oh,
Grounded.
sorry. There's
Yeah. No, I was gonna say the consoles
Pentiment.
and when they're coming out.
Gotcha.
So Grounded is coming out April 16th. It's coming out PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Switch. Then yeah, Pentiment, you were saying it right now. February 22nd. Wait, well, actually that means it's out now. um PS4, PS5, Switch. The other 2 games that I guess yeah, they're not coming to the Switch. So they weren't in that partner showcase. Hi-Fi Rush, which we were talking about. Uh that was one of the other rumored games. Pretty much all these games were rumored. Yeah, they they ended up yeah that those are the games. The rumored games turned out to be yeah those are the games that are coming out. Hi-Fi Rush coming out March 19th on the PlayStation 5, and Sea of Thieves April 30th PlayStation 5. And yeah, like I said, the rumored games all turned out to be the games that were coming out. Yeah, last week I was saying all of them except for Grounded. I didn't remember. I was saying Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, and Sea of Thieves, but I couldn't remember Grounded. But yeah, Grounded was the other one. And pretty much what I expected. These games make sense. Hi-Fi Rush is, they set a smaller game. That was one of them. Pentiment is the other one. And Sea of Thieves and Grounded are live service games that, like, yeah, they're gonna have crossplay too. Um, so yeah, like they make sense why they're releasing them on other consoles, or it makes sense like if they're releasing these games, choose these games. Um, I'm pretty sure you guys are on the same thought process as me. Cool. Probably not gonna play these games on the other consoles.
Yeah, I didn't
Like
even
what? I
play
mean, like, what's the
those
point?
ones anyway.
Yeah, we have Game Pass. Like, if we
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
want to play
like
them, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like I played Hi-Fi Rush. I probably got like a third to half
So
the way,
the
and
only
then
reason
like Grounded, I played for a little bit.
I'd probably play any of these games is maybe Pentiment or Grounded on the Switch, and that's if they have achievements that I could like get through the Switch, kind of like Ori, because then I could just take my Switch to work and like get some achievements while I'm at work or whatever. I don't know. That'd probably be the only reason. I don't know if I know Switch. They're obviously more comfortable with letting you earn Xbox achievements on their console. I don't know about PlayStation letting you earn achievements through PlayStation.
I'm sure they'll have trophies.
No, they'll have trophies, but like because you know it's an Xbox game studio. Like what was it, Hi-Fi Rush or not? Yeah, Hi-Fi Rush. See if they're all like Xbox game studios. What's the one that's out right now? Pentiment. Obviously, yeah, they're gonna have trophies, but like, will it also earn you the equivalent achievement on your Xbox profile? Even if they let you connect your Xbox Live gamer tag like through the game or whatever. I don't know. I would assume they kind of have to with maybe Sea of Thieves and Grounded because they have crossplay. So like that would probably be the way they connect, right? Through your Xbox gamer tag. But I don't know.
No problem.
I don't know. I'm gonna want to find that out if you can earn achievements. But yeah, I don't know. Devin, what were you? Go ahead and continue with what you were saying. Sorry, I kind of cut you off right there, but yeah.
That's all good. I mean, like, it's just it's cool that these games are coming out to other platforms. I mean, exposure to these games because it's just like other people might play these and be like, oh shit. Like, I thought everyone told me online that Xbox has no games, and I could have been playing these for free on Game Pass. Like, that's fun. And then you
That's
might get people to come switch over.
yeah.
So
We mentioned that last week, right, JJ? That like these, you look at these games and play them, and you might be like, oh yeah, I like these games. And you were mentioning how like, I mean, we talked about it with the Call of Duty, like, oh, make the campaign free through Game Pass or whatever, right? That's what it was.
Yeah. Like get the
That like,
campaign like a little
but it,
earlier
yeah,
on Xbox.
but it's similar to this. They're like, oh, yeah, Pentiment, Hi-Fi Rush, and I like these games. And you pay whatever it is, the money for it. But yeah, Devin, you're right. It might entice some people to be like, damn, these games are pretty good, and they're gonna release more games that are supposed to be pretty good. Fine, I'll buy an Xbox Series S, and or maybe they're on PC, and like, fine, I'll subscribe to Game Pass, because that's what this is all about in the end. They they want to get more Game Pass subscribers. So we're at what 34 million. That's what they announced at the business update.
something like that.
Yeah. So clearly, that's what this play is for. They want more Game Pass subscribers, and if they can sell more consoles, cool. And if not, obviously they're more than willing to take your money. More than willing to take the money.
Money, please.
Money me, yeah, money please. But yeah, JJ, go ahead. Like, what about you? Like, what are your overall thoughts on now that these games are officially announced and at least one of them's out?
No, I'm glad they get to play it. Like a lot of those games are pretty fun. So I'm glad that companies like Xbox is starting to break down and realize, hey, dude, like Phil Spencer's like, it's about the games, people having fun. why always have these exclusives and just have people actually enjoy the content instead of people not might be able to get an Xbox, but guess what? They have a Switch or PlayStation or something. They can still try these Xbox games. Yeah, no, not Halo because again that's just their main shit, but trying out the Sea of Thieves, Grounded, and all this Pendament, like Hi-Fi Rush. It's good games. They want to have everybody have fun. Yeah, they have to take just to subscribe to Game Pass or some shit, but still, it's not that bad. It's fun. Enjoy that stuff. Have fun with games and play other game that you wouldn't thought you would try. Like fuck, that's what I'm doing. My shit.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
yeah.
hopefully everybody likes it, enjoys it. I can't wait to see what other games start adding it to that list. That's just a little stepping stone.
Well, I mean, that's if they add more games, because I mean, a lot of people are like, yeah, that's it. They're definitely going to start adding more games. But I think we were talking about this last week, and I know I've heard it on other podcasts. Like, this is dependent on like, yes, sales are going to be a big factor, but like what PlayStation and Nintendo are going to allow. Like, if they can't get certain things going, and maybe the sales aren't as good, they might just be like, yeah, this ain't worth it. So, fuck you guys. Like, I think the only one that, if if the experiment is like a quote unquote failure, I think the only console that they probably continue to release games on would be the Switch. I think PlayStation would be the one that would be a lot harder to like cooperate with. But I don't know. Like, yeah, these are the first four games. If they release more games, I do think they are going to like try to release more games. At least they're gonna want to release more games. Like I said, there are other factors involved, not just, oh yeah, release more games. So we'll see what happens. Most likely they release more games. Yeah, we'll probably see Starfield, Indiana Jones.
Oh, it'd be cool. Like, since they're doing a lot of rare stuff, they can just
Yeah.
the rare collection shit. Fuck it,
I know.
put all the games in there. For
I
like,
think that.
especially when they saw like the.
I think that's
Sorry,
why
go ahead.
when I say that Nintendo, they're that seems to be the one that they'll probably be releasing more games on. They have a pretty good like relationship with Nintendo, and I understand why. Like, I talked about this last week. When it comes to the console war, it's really only Xbox and PlayStation that are like the two players in this. Nintendo's like, they don't give a shit. They're like, we're gonna do whatever the fuck we do. And that's it. They don't they don't they don't factor into this at all almost because they just do their own thing. Which is why I wouldn't be
They,
surprised, yeah, for that to
they're having
continue at
trouble.
least.
They're like, guess what? New Mario game.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. Like,
That's it.
you're never gonna
Legend of
see them.
Zelda.
Yeah, you're never gonna see them like struggle so hard to the point where people will be like, "Is Nintendo over?" I know I've seen I know you guys have seen it, and I've seen it where there's people like, "Should Nintendo just become a third party publisher?" That talk has largely died down ever since the Wii U. That was like where most of the talk was happening. Which, duh. I mean, if anyone,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
they made so much money from the Wii. Like the Wii U could have been like was a like that was okay, not okay to
it
be a
being a
flop,
flop, they could
but they could
they could
afford
hand,
it
yeah. And then
because the
they
Wii made them so much money because it was so like relative. Like they made money off the console. Like I mean, Microsoft doesn't make money off their consoles, but Nintendo actually made money. So like then like that's why I was like, okay, yeah, the Wii. But if the Switch came out and it was fucking dog shit, then Nintendo might have been in trouble.
they might have been in trouble, yeah, at that point. Maybe not in trouble, but we'd be looking at it like, maybe, yeah,
Yeah.
two consoles in a row that are
I
flops.
think was it the original like the first owner before he passed away. I think he also fucking cut his salary in half, so he wouldn't have to fire any of his people. about for the Wii U being a flop?
Um,
I was watching a Did You Know Gaming thing about that,
yeah.
about his whole life stuff. So that's why I think everybody just loves working for Nintendo too, because they do shit like that.
I think I saw something. It wasn't necessarily so they can. It was for like people to
No,
make money. It was something else, but it was still for good reasons why he like said, yeah, I'm not gonna make as much money. It was for the health of the company or something, but wasn't necessarily like to be like a good guy toward his employees or something. I thought I saw something on that, but I don't know. I don't remember. It was
yeah,
still like
it was supposed to be like, yeah, he took a lot of money because again, that's what I guess being a leader is. You know, he took the fault for that.
I think that's what it was. It was like, look, we fucked up with the Wii U. That's what it was. That's what it was. I saw. It wasn't like, oh, our employees aren't making enough money, so I'm gonna do that. It was like hey, yeah, the Wii was a fuck up. I'm gonna take the blame for that. I shouldn't make as much
After fuck
money.
ups, they have to start firing people for that big
Oh,
failure.
yeah, that's what it was. He was like, yeah, it was a fuck up. I should not be making as much money because the Wii U was such a failure, which is still like, oh wow, that's kind of cool because
And some
you're
people
never
like
gonna
CEOs
you're
don't
never
give
gonna
a
see
shit.
other fucking yeah you're not gonna see American execs do that kind of shit. Like what? We made less money because of the decisions we made. Should we make less money? Like no, no, no. In fact, how can I make more money?
Fire the team that did it. Let's go.
Yeah,
And then everybody starts to work and loving for working for those companies. You know, because it's like you just very um
but that's probably why
feel
the
like you actually
Switch
matter.
But that's probably why the Switch was such a success because the team weren't the people, the employees, the team at Nintendo weren't like demoralized and shit with like they're gonna start laying us off and blah 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 blah. And then like the quality of the product is now gonna suffer. I was like, you know what? We fucked up. Let's just pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, come back stronger. And the Switch, like the Switch. How many were we talking about last week, Devin? Do you remember the number? It was like 132 or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say 120 to 130, but yeah, sounds
It's like
right.
130, I think. Yeah, 132 million units sold. Like compared to the Wii U, which I want to say I've heard like it was like in the 20 millions or something. So like, yeah, I think they've recovered. You know what I mean? But yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, we were talking about the 4 games from Xbox. So yeah, I don't know. Those games are now going to be on other consoles. We talked some more Nintendo talk. You guys got any more thoughts on the games, or you want to move on to the next thing? Our last.
I'm good to move on.
Yeah, I'm good to move.
Yeah, I think we said all we needed to say about those games. Because yeah, we talked a lot about it last week. So all right. um. So yeah, the last thing, which I talked about this. I mentioned this, not mentioned this, but like I kind of alluded how like when Elden Ring came out, that it just like overshadows things. It kind of did. The DLC trailer kind of did that with the Nintendo Direct. I was talking about this in Discord before we started the podcast. But if you looked online, like the Elden Ring trailer kind of took over the talk. There was still enough talk of the Nintendo Direct, but yeah. So yeah, uh, Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erd Tree, the DLC trailer. They released it, announced date June 21st. $40. This looks like it's basically like a mini sequel. I can't fucking wait. And like I said, the talk for this like almost overshadowed the Nintendo Direct, which is kind of funny because didn't it came out like at 7 o'clock, right? They said
Hmm.
that's what they had the announcement or whatever. So like they pretty much like were like, oh okay, yeah, well wait, and then boom. So yeah, uh, I fucking can't wait. Elden Ring came out. What was it? 2022, right? The year it came out, that was my game of the year. Like nothing was better than that. Uh, it that game. Uh, like I can't say enough of how good it was. The exploration, it's Souls like. I love the Souls like games, the Souls games in general. I mean, it's a Souls game
Alright,
because
we're playing
obviously,
Demon Souls, right?
huh?
We're playing Demon Souls.
I do need to fucking play through Demon Souls.
Like we need to all still beat the fucking game, get all the trophies. Well, Devin needs to beat the game, and you and me could get the trophies, like 100%
Yeah,
it.
I, I with them releasing that trailer made me want to download the Dark Souls. What is it, 2? Dark Souls 2 and 3, so I could get the achievement, all the achievements. Because I have them all on Dark Souls 1, thanks to you. But I don't have all the achievements on
No
Dark Souls
problem.
2 and 3. Not
Yeah,
you,
You're welcome.
JJ.
You didn't say who, so we all know who's the real
Oh my god.
soul.
And then
they've
I
been hungry,
have
bro.
and then I
They've been
have
hungry.
all the Elden Ring achievements.
You're
I
welcome.
have all the Bloodborne trophies.
You're welcome.
So,
You're welcome.
thanks to JJ. Damn.
I was there.
He
This
was
guy.
there. He
I was there.
was there.
Yeah, I guess you were there. Fine, whatever. Thanks to you too. So yeah, no, Elden Ring, man. Like, yeah. And then I am one of those guys who I subscribe to Vadi Vidya. Like when it comes to the lore, I understand what's going on. So yeah, the story is awesome for me because I do pay attention to that. It looks good. I love that they were like, hey, we got to make sure this game runs at 60 frames. Uh, and yeah, and oh my god, like that's the thing. I was watching, I think it was Vadi Vidya. He was talking about the trailer. He was talking about that, like, so what's his name? Hidetaka Miyazaki. He said that the size of the map, the Land of Shadow, it's about the size of Limgrave, that like first area in Elden Ring. But Vadi Video was saying that, like, he's saying it's this size. He's trying to he might be downplaying it because before Elden Ring came out, he's like, yeah, the game should take you like 30 hours to complete fully, and we all know it didn't. It was there. There was more than 30 hours worth of gameplay in that game. Like maybe if you speed ran the game as best as you could, yeah, 30 hours. But like, I don't know. I put in a lot of hours. I'd have to look, but I know I put in probably at least 80 hours or something. I put in a lot of fucking time in that game.
I think I hit 100 hours on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I got all the achievements. I did, the different endings,
You're
or got
welcome.
all the different, at least the 3 endings that were for the achievements, because I think there was other ones, right, that didn't have achievements tied to them.
Yeah. Marry the girl, just beat the game, and then you get
The
the crazy
Lord
one.
of Frenzied Flame.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, I don't know. Again, when that game came out, Elden Ring, that was my game of the year for 2022. Nothing like, what else came out that year? I'm trying to remember. Oh,
I thought there was another game that came out that was like people were trying to compete with Elden Ring, because I think it was also pretty decent as well.
I mean, Horizon came out that year.
Horizon came out. I know a lot of people were like, Horizon should win game of the year, but I'm like, really? Horizon?
No, fuck no.
No, no.
Um,
I don't. Devin, you're not playing anything, right? Can you look up a list of like the
do that
the
right
game
now.
the game awards like nominees for that year?
2022.
God of War, God of War Ragnarok.
God of War Ragnarok came out in 2022.
Yeah, as a game of the year, like nominees are Xenoblade 3, Stray, Horizon Forbidden West, God of War Ragnarok, and Plague Tale Requiem, and Elden Ring. But Elden Ring won. I think that was the guy where like God of War, the voice actor for Kratos was like talking that 10-minute speech, right? In that one time.
That's right, because it
Yeah.
didn't win game of the year, right? Elden Ring won game of the year at the Game Awards,
Yeah.
Yeah, Elden Ring
but
won that,
I'm
and that's
pretty
when that
sure
kid came
God
on
of War
stage and
won
started
like
talking.
best narrative or
I
something like
mean,
that, right?
Yeah, best
2022 was a
narrative, God
down
of
year
War.
because Stray was nominated for Game of the Year.
Dude,
That's
hey,
Stray.
don't
2022.
fuck Stray, dude. But best score music, I think, was
Actually,
God of
have you
War as
played
well.
Stray? That game is pretty fucking
No,
crazy.
Is it on Game Pass? I thought it was
It's
gonna be on
not
Game
on
Pass
Game
soon.
Pass. Is it on Game
it's
Pass?
not on
Damn.
Game Pass. No, it's
No,
30
it came to
bucks.
Xbox, but
It didn't come. Yeah, I know it came to
Yeah,
Xbox,
30 bucks.
dude. If you like look up some
best
videos on the
indie game
story.
was Stray that year.
Look up some videos on on the story of Stray.
No, I know I, like it's no offense to Stray, but I mean like, I mean,
Game of the year.
It's
Yeah, I
like
know what you.
you
I
have
know what you mean.
Elden
five or
Ring
six
and God
games,
of War.
Yeah, yeah.
and then you're like,
Indie.
well, it's
It's
fun
like that
chat.
meme, like you know that meme where it has like 9 pictures or something. Thank you for something, not you. Like thank you
Yeah.
for being a game of the year, not you. Nominee or something.
Or
Yeah.
I was thinking more of the meme of where it's got like all those chicks in the swimsuit, and then it's like the one that's got like the old timey like
Oh
1950s
yeah,
bathing
fucking
suit.
from
I've never seen
fucking
that
Grown
one.
Ups 2.
I've
Grown
never
Ups
seen
2.
that one. Oh,
Yeah,
I gotta look that
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
But
No,
yeah,
no,
and
Or like,
I get what
Warcraft
you mean.
won. Yeah,
or
but
there's
God
the
of War I think won a
military.
lot of rewards though. I
Yeah,
think
or there's the military meme. Sorry, but like when then there's just a fucking clown with all the military
Oh
people.
yeah, like me when when my creative characters in cutscenes or some shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like yeah, one is clearly different from the others. Yeah, no, I get you with the Stray. Like yeah, you had Horizon, which obviously clearly we don't really care about Horizon, but a lot of people do. Yeah, God of War, Ragnarok, Elden Ring, and then yeah, you got like Stray. So like,
that was a year though. The games did slap hard that year for a decent amount of
because what
big
were the other
games.
games you said too?
For the nominee
Yeah, for
for
the
for the
2022.
game of the year. Yeah, it was obviously God of War, Stray, Plague Tale, Requiem, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Yeah, like those are
I heard
yeah,
Plague Tale was pretty
Xenoblade.
decent. But
Yeah, the Plague
I think
Tale.
I felt like some of those things were like kind of we need games to fill up the nominee section real quick.
I don't know. I mean, like of course, a game like Stray, because of like the type of story it is, was gonna make it. Like I don't know, the Game Awards are I don't know. We've talked about this on a podcast before. I just don't put too much fucking stock in what the Game Awards do, or what their nominees are and everything. I know, like I was like, yeah, I won Game of the Year at the Game Awards, but like Elden Ring also won Game of the Year for like plenty of other shit because it was literally just like that was the best game of the year. I don't care what anyone says. That was the best game of the year. But like, I don't know, when it comes to the Game Awards, like like I said, we talked about this. Like, I mean, come on, Spider-Man 2 was a nominee this past Game Awards. I don't know why that would be a nominee. Like, the game was mediocre, like at best. And this is coming from a guy who loved Spider-Man. Like I love Spider-Man like in general. That game was not that good. But no, yeah. Back to the Elden Ring stuff. Yeah. So yeah, June 21st. Yeah, what was that? 4 months now from now. $40. Like I said, I can't wait. Give me. I've been waiting for
The
this because they
collector
announced
edition,
it.
bro, for that
Huh?
shit.
What?
The collector edition for that, $250, bro.
I know. I was looking at that. I was like, if I had the money, I might have been willing to go for that.
They get a fucking statue,
Of what? Yeah,
Mesmer the Impaler.
yeah, that's the name of the like I guess the main antagonist for the DLC, Mesmer the Impaler, which like I if you I'm mentioning him again, Vadi Vidya, if you watch his video on it, like that looks like he might be like Marika's son or stuff, and like the Mikola's probably gonna show up in this DLC again. Like I know the lore of this game enough. I've watched enough YouTube videos and paid enough attention. Mikola's the for Devin. Well, so remember there was like an arm that was like hanging out of a cocoon slash egg at a boss.
Yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah, that's Mikola. And obviously
Yeah,
remember
that's what I
you
thought it was.
yeah, and obviously you remember Melania, right?
Fuck that bitch.
Okay, yeah.
Fuck
That's
that
Mikola's
bitch.
sister.
Easiest, not easy, but yeah,
I mean, there's Let Me Solo Her would tell you
first try.
that's
But
the
yeah,
easiest boss
fuck that bitch.
ever. Let Me Solo Her would tell you she's the easiest boss in the game. But I know I'm talking enough about Elden Ring. Uh, Devin, we'll go with you first. Like, your
Did I
thoughts
get
on?
disconnected or are we?
No, you're still here, or you're not able to hear. JJ, you still in the Discord? Is it just messing up?
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear? Ooh, we having some technical
Dang.
difficulties.
Okay. Well, Devin will probably connect or restart his
Yeah, he
Xbox.
just had a
Oh,
message in the
oh.
Discord. He can't hear anyone.
Okay.
All right, he's probably gonna. He's disconnected. He's gonna come back and see if it fixes it. JJ, we'll go with you. What about your thoughts? We'll go with you then, JJ. Your thoughts on like
Okay.
Elden Ring? Are you, how excited are you, or whatever?
Oh, I'm very excited. I've been craving that. Oh shit! I've been wanting to play a Souls game like Elden Ring again in a while. I wanted to try new builds and shit. I think I just wanted to play with you guys and just start doing some random little fun stuff. I think it was you saw me play when we played the other older games. You saw me kind of just not go your traditional build or some shit like that. I think Dark Souls 2, I was fucking whipping people. I think
Oh
and
yeah,
punching
that was
people.
hilarious. That was actually pretty
Yeah, like
hilarious.
just because it was like I'm tired of doing it. Again, I've just played those games so much. I just wanted to try different builds and just seeing builds online on
Wait,
Elden Ring.
JJ,
But
hold on.
I'm just
Devin,
super excited. Oh,
wait,
sorry, go ahead.
Devin, is it working for you now?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm good.
Okay. Go
Yeah.
ahead, JJ.
So
Keep
just in
keep
the
going.
trailer, just looked at me. I can't fucking admit. I've been waiting for this expansion for so long, especially
Yeah,
after
because
like the
when did they
leak.
announce it? Like
It was
mid
leaked
last
like
year,
fucking
right?
last year. Yeah.
It's like
Then
so.
that's
It's
when they popped off.
like yeah, like a year later we'll finally get it. But it's like yeah, we've been they announced it a while ago, and fuck yeah.
Yeah, I just can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait to play with you guys again. You fucking fucks. We're gonna kick some ass again.
Like I said, JJ, you and me might have to play through some Dark Souls 2 again, maybe to do the achievements. Maybe Dark Souls 3, just to I can get the achievements and we could just play some more Souls. I mean,
The funny is, I actually
obviously I'm
still
a
have my disc in my console for like a long time. Dark Souls 3 has been in my console for like 2 years.
oh god.
That's what it
I
shows that I've only downloaded games and shit.
This should show you how much, or this should tell you how much of a like a Souls game fan I am. I own all those games on disc. I made sure I was like I have to own everything, even though I have them on digital. I'm like I have to own these games physically. If I own a game physically, I really like that series or like that game. Like I have all the Gears games, physical. I have all of them, and like when we were talking earlier about the Nintendo Direct, I was interested in another Crab's Treasure because they said Souls like. I'm like, oh, you said Souls like, yeah. Like Lies of P was one of my favorite games from last year because it's it's basically Bloodborne 2. It's you give me a good Souls like game, oh man, like forget it. Like I still need to play through Lies of P and finish it and everything because I don't know I backlog always just keeps growing and growing and growing. But yeah, like yeah, they announced that and I've been waiting just like you, man. Just like goddamn.
It's gonna be a fun time, bro. June 20. I'm tempted to take. I told my girlfriend like I'm tempted to take like a couple days off. That's like that
I
shit.
might actually use some of my paid time off for
I'll be
June
off
21st.
work that at that time.
If it's what
Oh
what is
yeah,
June 20 what is June 21st?
Mm,
It's
fucking Tuesday.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up on my calendar right now. It's a Friday.
Oh, Friday. Shit.
I might have to
Like
take 2
Hey,
days
we know
off.
JJ's not going to work that day.
the things like usually Fridays are slow as fuck. So like
I
you
might have
know,
to
well,
fucking
no,
take two
I don't
days
know.
off.
Fuck, I might have to take it off because the Summer Olympics, because that shit's popping off and usually works a little busy during that time. But I'll have to request a day off. I don't give a shit. I want to wake up, or I want to wake up and just turn on the console, just fucking play. I don't give a shit.
Play fucking Elden Ring all day. um, Devin, you, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Ear Tree, DLC.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I mean, just so we can, like JJ said, we can just go fuck around playing it. Like, that's why I'm excited. Like earlier, talked about like South Park. That's what I'm again excited about because it's like just another game another co-op game that we can play. So more Elden Ring. It's gonna be great. It's gonna piss me the fuck off, but I mean, I am the greatest fucking Elden Ring or Souls player alive, so it won't piss me off for very long. So we all know how good I am. I'm the fucking goat.
You have the achievements, right?
Yeah, he got all the
I got all
Elden
the
achievements.
Ring?
achievements.
Yeah, hell
I
yeah,
beat the
dude.
final boss my
Yeah.
second playthrough all by myself.
Look, I think I died
After they
for
nerfed
this.
that one sword that like you could
The
like shoot light beam out of.
the
Oh, yeah.
Kamehameha wave, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
never used the
Fucking
sword.
they
Never used it.
they nerfed that, and I know they nerfed it and still beat it. So I feel like I'm god tier.
Hmm.
It's fun. It's fun.
Or as Dennis Reynolds would say, I am a golden god.
Oh my god, this guy. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm just I'm super excited. I cannot wait for this DLC. It's like I said, it was my game of the year. So far, it's my game of the generation. As much as I loved Tears of the Kingdom, I'm just so I'm much more of a Souls game fan, and I like the gameplay better. So yeah, uh, give me more Elden Ring. You can't, and honestly, I don't think From Software can do no wrong at this point.
And From Software's DLCs is they're always like big expansions. It's not like gonna and they've I mean I know they've already said how the size of it. It's the size of one certain area or whatever. But like their Bloodborne DLCs, their Dark Souls DLCs, like they're all really big and robust. So like this one's not gonna be any different. Like and I'm kind of glad they didn't like they told us it was in development, but like I feel like if I remember right, it kind of got like leaked, and they're like, "Yeah, we're working on it. Like, just like we'll let you know.
Yeah,
Like we'll
no,
let
no,
you know, and it's
no,
good."
but no, you bring up a good point. That's the thing. You bring up a good point because like I said earlier, it's
It's the
$40.
only points I
If
bring
it
up.
was if it was like another company, can you imagine like wait $40 for an expansion? Like nowadays, you know how much people get like because games
But
are
like,
$70 obviously now. So like to charge $40 for an expansion, a lot of people would be like, "Why are you charging $40? Is it going to be worth it?" And this is that. I didn't see any of that online when it came to this game.
Yeah,
Automatically, people are like, "No, yeah, oh $40, cool. When can I play? I want to play now." Because yeah, like you said, was
because it's gonna be like because it's gonna be like a minimum 30 hours. You're gonna want to fucking sink into
yeah.
it.
yeah,
I don't remember
So
the
it's
what was
like
we
it
know
Darks
SquareSoft. I mean, fucking, like, fucking from software. SquareSoft. Fuck.
from Soft,
From software. Fucking that Square Enix is old shit. But from software, their games are fucking amazing as shit.
but their
Like, of course we're
DLCs
all gonna
too. Yeah,
gonna be packed. The DLCs were like $20 for like Dark Souls 1 and the
yeah.
like Dark Souls
What
2
was
and 3 and
what
shit.
something of the Abyss, right?
Yeah.
For Dark Souls
Yeah, that's
One,
what when I talked about Artorias and
Artorias of the
the
Abyss.
Abyss Demon.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then like
That was
Bloodborne,
good. Going back into
the
back
old
to the past, like
hunters.
fucking 100 years.
I'm trying no,
The
but
old
I'm trying to remember.
hunters.
It's the old hunters for Bloodborne.
Uh,
Then DLC, the DLC for Dark Souls 2 was like
it's all the crowns. Crowns of the Ivory King, Towns of the crown of the
something King,
uh
different one. And as much
yeah,
as
and
people
then
don't like Dark Souls
Ice
2,
King.
yeah, as much as people don't like Dark Souls 2, I have seen a lot of praise for the DLCs of that game. Like that they still
Yeah,
did pretty
it was
well.
cool. Like even like in Dark Souls 3, there are like two expansions, and I
Dude,
think one of them I think
so
has
dude,
one of the hardest bosses in the game. Like any from Dark Souls game, like Souls game, Dark Souls 3 second expansion. Like was it the fucking sister?
so Ashes of
Sister
Ariandel was the first one and the Ring City was the
Mhm.
second one. And that dude, the Ring City is so good. Uh when it comes to like that's the thing. I'm not a big like obviously when a company releases an expansion for a game, I like that because you're getting more of a game, especially if you like that game. Like, when Gears they haven't done it since. Oh no, I guess maybe Gears 5 you could consider Hive Busters that, right? An expansion or whatever. But
yeah,
like, there's the Gears 3 Shadow of Rom expansion. Uh,
Yeah.
remember Gears 2 had that like, oh, here's the like cut levels or whatever. I like
Yeah.
stuff like that, and then obviously when you play like an RPG, like Skyrim had Hearthstone, Dragonborn, and something else I don't remember. And then
Home expansion, which isn't too bad. But it was still cheap. It was still cheap as shit. It was like $10. You get
yeah,
a really
but
in-depth house work and have a
like I
family.
said, I like that kind of stuff because typically, it's you getting more of the game. But like Souls games,
But $40 is not a
FromSoft is
bad
on
fucking price,
another.
especially like PC games, like those, like some say World of Warcraft, $40 for a fucking expansion. Well, I think now it's $50, but still, you get a whole fucking giant game. There's always tons of hours. Elden Ring, people still play Elden Ring to this fucking day. Still, always playing, always making PvP
Yeah,
shit.
if you
Because
watch,
again, they added a PvP
I watch
update,
YouTubers
so
who
like the
still do like the speed runs, like Distortion, who does like speed
yeah,
runs and shit.
I still want to play Elden Ring and make crazy builds I don't really fucking play. Give myself a challenge. Like I think I wanted to do a bow only build or some shit.
Fuck,
Right? Because I'm like, I never use bow, but I want to play. But if we play with you guys, it'll be a little easier to,
just
a
do a
little
bow,
easier. But
just
like
to fuck
that
around.
we all do different shit. Like Devin used to be like a full strength build, just big sword, big dick, boom. But
Mhm.
maybe just tries like he only does fucking sorceries or some shit. Staff and shit. Or something. But again, that's different playthrough. But again, I just want to make the game a little harder for myself, just because I always goes to, strength, dex, boom, boom, done. But I think what Limgrave, when it first came out, he said it was the size of Limgrave. Everybody thought that was the fucking size of the map when it first
Dude,
came out.
that's the thing. See, when Elden Ring first came out, see that's why I can't like when I talk about that game and I'm praising it, I feel like I'm not praising it enough. Because I remember, yeah, I was like, oh wow, this is a pretty big map. And I was thinking, yeah, like this is just the map. Because, we played Souls games before. They don't have like huge maps like that. Especially, because they're like, oh, it's an open world Dark Souls. Not like the other Dark Souls games where it's, yeah, there's interconnected stuff, but then like especially like Dark Souls 3 wasn't like that. It was more like, you here's the area you could transport to and there's some interconnecting stuff here and there. And obviously it's pretty big
Dark Souls 2
maps
was
and
like
stuff.
it was really big like that. You start in the area, but you keep branching out and it just takes you right back again.
Yeah. So like I was like, no, this is a good map. I didn't expect it. Then, then you got to that area with like the Raya Lucaria Academy. And I was like, damn, that's big. But then remember too, like I had got
It's only in the middle.
transported. I got transported to Kaled. I was like, holy shit, there's a whole other area to the fucking east of Limgrave and all stuff. And even still, like it kept getting like I thought that was like it. Then you get to like, yeah, the mountain area. Remember like we played like we killed that dragon right there or whatever when we first started like playing it in co-op or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, it kept going. Then you get to like the castle and all this stuff. Then there was like the Halleck tree area. Like it just kept going. And then of course, like, the sky area or whatever that like you fight that one guy, I don't remember his name, the dude that gives you the armor that makes you look like Blackluster Soldier. Um
Yeah.
but dude, then like playing through, cuz this is that's what I love about Elden Ring so much. Or love, yeah, love about it is that like it doesn't obviously it points you in it had to point you in a direction. It's an open world version of their games. And as big as their games are and as directionless as their games are, they still give you direction because you are funneled toward a point, obviously up to a certain point, but they are funneling you toward a certain direction. Like you want to go this way, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I need to go this way, obviously.
Yeah, and then sorry,
And
in the other areas was also the underground.
that's what I'm
That
saying.
was a whole
So like they're not telling you like, hey, go over here and you'll end up, underground. You just all of a sudden, yeah, I'm going and I'm like, what is this? Looks like an elevator. And it started going down. And I was like, what? What's going on here? And yeah, dude. And the underground area is like half the size of the above ground
right.
area map.
Yeah, crazy as fuck.
So like they
Yeah, that's a game I wish I can just fucking Men in Black, the little fucking thing, just wipe my mind
Right,
off and just play
right.
again, dude.
That's a game I
It's
wish I could like. I'm playing this for the first time again. I mean, we're
that's how I go for
basically
my
kind
team.
of gonna
I
do that with
used to play this
Shadow of the
shit.
Erdtree.
Yeah, it's fuck, I can't wait, bro.
Yeah. The, you know, but the thing is, like I'm saying, this is why I say I swear I can't praise this game enough. Like we're talking about that, but then like there's also like they have all the dungeons that basically give you like mini Dark Souls experiences, where it's like, okay, yeah, you go through, these little areas where you fight like a boss at the
Yeah,
end.
it's like little fucking, no, essentially, I guess equivalent to like the fucking Bloodborne Chalice dungeons,
Yeah,
like
they
that.
ba-
They had that shit in there.
hmm I, I think that's why too. Like Elden Ring is it's funny because Hidetaka Miyazaki has said that he still hasn't created his like absolute perfect Souls game. But this is like their magnum opus so far. Like everything they've learned in the Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, Demon Souls, hell, even like Sekiro, which is in a Souls game, fuck you guys. Bloodborne, like they took the best parts of all those games, melded it together, and made just
I
like
wish
a
we could
pretty much
take all
near
the best
flawless
parts of the
game.
game into perfect, like
Yeah,
the fucking perfect, perfect.
because like you said,
The
yeah,
minute
those are
detail,
basically
bro.
the chalice dungeons from Bloodborne. But like it's got the speed of like Bloodborne 2. Obviously it's the Souls gameplay, it's the aesthetic of like the Dark Souls games, stuff like that or whatever. But like they even took things that they were like, "Oh, we want to do this." And maybe it didn't work out as well as as they wanted it in like previous games like Yorm the Giant in Dark Souls 3. I remember a lot of people being disappointed in that fight because you're like, holy shit, you're gonna fight a giant. But it's like in the end, you're just kind of hitting them with a sword, uh, wind beam or whatever. So it was kind of disappointing. But then you fight the fire giant. That's what it's called, right? Like the fire giant or whatever in Elden Ring. And dude, that fucking
Oh,
fight.
it's the serpent bust, right?
Well, no, there's the serpent boss fight that basically did the
Oh,
same
that
thing.
big
No,
actual
the
fire giant,
one
yeah.
that like
From
yeah,
the
with like the fire. He like has like
there's like
the
the
like
little dome thing,
pot.
like the half
It
thing.
has like a
Yeah,
face on his fucking chest, on his torso and shit.
yeah.
That fight is super epic. Like they clearly learned like okay, do these things. It's kind of like how like in Dark Souls they perfected like the mob fight like with the Deacons of the Deep because they had one in Dark Souls 2, the Rat King or something like that. You just fought a bunch of like rats. But like it was like perfected in Deacons of the Deep. I don't know if they had a mob fight in Elden Ring. I can't remember. The one like maybe kind of flaw of Elden Ring, I wouldn't say it's a flaw, but the one like maybe knock against it, you could say is that like they do kind of repeat bosses.
Yeah, well, that's when you do the dungeons. I think is when they keep
But
repeating
like
it.
yeah, I say that's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't make it necessarily say it's a flaw because it is like it's like yeah, like if you start doing everything, like now it's like okay, yeah, you're running into like this boss for like the third time, but it's because now you want to do all the dungeons and everything and yeah, so like yeah, there's some repeat shit because yeah, and maybe
Oh
now
fuck, the Storm boss was the sorcerer's bitch from
there we go. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
the manor.
they perfected that like the swarm boss where it's like yeah, you have that one you're supposed to hit, but then like there's all the like enemies around it. They've they've
Yeah.
yeah they put everything they've learned and maybe something that didn't work out as well as they wanted in previous games. They perfected it and put it in this game in Elden Ring, and we're like, yes, this is how. Even that, like the Yorm the Giant boss fight, where it's just like, oh, you're shooting him with a beam, because they did that, yeah, in Elden Ring, like you said. But the way they did it in Elden Ring is so much better, because you're not just like, okay, yeah, like okay, I'll shoot him, and then shoot him, and shoot him with the beam, and then it's done. No, they like you have like the lava coming out and all this stuff. there was a lot more like danger
Yeah,
involved.
and that was more like stunning the boss. If you did the heavy, you would stun him, and then you have to go and beat the shit out of him with the sword. I think you
Yeah,
still did decent damage, but like obviously punch hitting him with a sword would
yeah,
be a lot better.
exactly.
No, actually, no. What I don't. I think you still do it. It's just 3 hits. But yeah, but again, once it gets to health, like lower health or whatever, he makes it a giant clusterfuck of shit. Like
Yeah,
has raining flaming skulls flying at you. I think we were all playing. I think just chasing you down the fucking way, dude. And you're getting fucking wrecked. We're like, dude, just live. Me and Devin are about to kill this dude. While you're just getting fucking bombarded
and the
or
funny thing
something like.
is,
It.
like, I meant we talked about it or mentioned it earlier. The Melania fight, like, yeah, that fight was like, whew. And when we beat her, we were all like, hell yeah. But dude, like, one of my favorite fucking gaming moments ever is fucking beating Radon, dude. That fight,
Oh, I
like,
remember you bitching, dude, on that because
yeah,
I
you
didn't.
remember?
I
I'm
was
like, I
laughing,
can't do
dude.
this. I was like, this is so. And remember, like, I was like so close to beating him. I was like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And when I beat him, oh my god, I was so fucking happy. I was just ecstatic, dude, because he is a very tough boss fight, and you can't summon other players in that fight. You have to fight them on your own. I mean, they have like all the
Yeah,
summons in there and everything, but man,
let's say they're not actual players.
yeah,
I think that's the thing. But yeah, dude, it was nuts as shit, bro. Especially I think when
and
you saw him do the meteor strike. Where'd
dude,
he go? Where'd he
dude,
go?
that's the thing. That's the thing too. Like Elden Ring, they made their boss fights like they like you had obviously awesome, like super awesome boss fights, like what Lady Maria in Bloodborne, fucking Slave Knight Gale in Dark Souls 3, fucking the Nameless King. Like that's probably still my favorite boss fight in any Dark Souls game, just because I think the lore really helps with that. That like he's supposed to be the son of
Everything was big deal.
fuck, I'm forgetting his name from Dark Souls 1 or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
Gwen.
yeah, of Gwyn. Like, they've had like pretty epic fights, you know what I mean? But dude, like the absolute like scale of epicness was just ratcheted up in some of those fights. Like, yeah, Radon, like, yeah, when he's shooting the meteors at you, you're like, holy fuck. The fucking, yeah, the fire giant. Dude, the dragons that you fight in that are optional boss fights in Elden Ring.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
can't remember
the
their
hard.
names. Dude, like, yeah, they. Oh man, like I said, I just don't think I could praise Elden Ring enough. And like I'm talking about it now, I'm like, I gotta go play some Elden Ring probably. Or like I said, I'm probably gonna download Dark Souls 2 and 3, like maybe try and do some cleanup on that with the achievements and everything. So yeah, I all this to say, like me and JJ were over here fucking just blowjobbing the hell out of fucking FromSoft with their games. All this to say is, yeah, we're clearly excited for Shadow
Excited,
of the
dude.
Erdtree.
Yeah, all three of us are super excited to play this. We're for sure playing this shit on the podcast again down the road, bro. It's
Oh
gonna be
man, I
fucking
don't know about
amazing.
playing it on the podcast, man. That one might be a little tougher.
Just talking and then just fucking
Like,
just
yeah,
dead.
that might be a
Like, son
little
of a
bit.
bitch.
We'll see.
Uh,
Maybe we might try to do
maybe
that.
let's play thing. I don't know. It's something down the road.
You
Who
know
gives a
what?
shit? But
Honestly, like I said, I've been talking about it with you guys that I've wanted to do. You know what? We might. That's
that's something
okay.
behind the scenes shit. So we'll talk about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
later.
No, no. I
Little
said some.
teaser for something else, probably.
No, no. I was saying I behind the scenes, but I've been saying I want to start doing like maybe more like let's plays of like us playing games and everything. We'll do that. That'll be our inaugural like what we're playing because I know we're gonna the like the moments that I could record of all three of us playing Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree could be will work.
That shit
That
quick, cause
I will record us playing it, not for the podcast, but I'll record us playing it, and I'll put that up as a let's play on the channel. Um, obviously, and there's some other stuff I kind of want to talk to you guys about when it comes to the channel and everything. But yeah, so we're gonna do that. That we're doing that. We're gonna have a let's play of that because That one, like I said, if we're not talking about like the gaming news, we could just be us playing the game.
Playing with
June
each other.
21st. June
Still playing
21st
with each
comes
other.
out. Yeah. I'll probably put it up the week after the DLC comes out, or like a let's play one or something. But I'll have a let's play of us probably playing through the DLC. That's most likely what it. I mean, like a highlights. Maybe not the whole thing. Maybe like more. I'll try and maybe cut it down to highlights. Maybe I'll just put up the whole thing. I don't know. Well, like I said, yeah, it's a
Figure it
more
out. We'll
behind the
talk
scenes
about it.
thing. We'll talk about everything. But yeah. Uh Shadow of the Earth Tree. Again, excited. I keep reiterating that, but I like that was the biggest gaming news for me, and like I said, that seemed to be overtaking even the Nintendo Direct. From Software has just got got that they got everyone by the cojones when it comes to when they release stuff and everything. Even like the Armored Core, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like people were like, I saw a lot of people were like, I've never played an Armored Core game before. This game is great. You know, FromSoft has that they have, because what it was before them, it would have been what's their name, CD Project Red, right? And then before them was like probably uh I don't know. It's always going. You have those like they're the precious.
I know Bungie for a while with Halo.
Yeah, there was Bungie. Um, I remember the guys who made Mass Effect. Why am I forgetting their names? The studio that made Mass Effect.
You had Bethesda too, with all like anything Elder Scrolls. People
Yeah,
were creaming their jeans.
yeah, but obviously all these studios, started like not they were not as beloved because they released a game that where they either messed up or something else. And yeah, like I said before, FromSoft, the latest one was CD Project Red, and then they kind of lost a lot of goodwill with Cyberpunk.
Yeah, but they got it back because the
They fixed it
Liberty
up and
Night
everything, yeah.
expansion.
But like FromSoft, like they
Yeah.
are like when it comes to the gaming developers or whatever. Honestly, they're probably going to be considered like number one FromSoft because they've consistently have been knocking it out of the park ever since at least Dark Souls 1. Especially when it comes to Hidetaka Miyazaki being the director of a game, because Demon Souls was like, people were like, yeah, this game's great. And then Dark Souls 1, that game came out, people were like, dude,
Sony just fucking thought it sucked ass.
yeah.
And
they
then they're like, they saw Dark Souls numbers. Wait a second.
Yeah. And then yeah, like I said, Dark
I'm back.
Souls 2 isn't as beloved, but like I said, specifically Hidetaka Miyazaki games, he directed Bloodborne. Dude, like a lot of people still are like Bloodborne's their favorite of the Soul series or whatever, the Soulsborne games. Um, yeah, dude. And Dark Souls 3, which I think is the their best Souls game from the that like little stint right there or whatever. Obviously, Elden Ring is their best game. Everyone, a lot of people love Sekiro. I know you guys really like Sekiro and everything. And then yeah, Elden Ring, dude.
It took me a bit.
Yeah. But Elden Ring, I don't know a lot of people who don't like Elden Ring. I know there was like that one YouTuber that I don't remember his fucking name that he was like talking shit about
Your
Elden
wife,
Ring.
right?
Huh?
Quantum TV.
Yeah, Quantum TV. Quantum TV.
If
He
you
was
like the
like
game, bro.
he didn't like the game. There was a big thing with him and like Act-Man and all that stuff. It was pretty hilarious. I remember he was like, "Oh, at the end of the day, just kill yourself." Like, Jesus, dude.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
fuck. um, and then yeah, a lot of people liked our Armored Core. Like they they're the top like developer right now. It seems like so. We'll see if they make a mistake. I don't think they'll make a mistake, but I mean, you never know. So, but all right, man, we've ran over for like 2 hours and everything. So I think we're gonna end it on there. Unless I don't know, you guys have anything else?
No,
No,
I'm good.
that was good.
All right. So yeah, that's where we'll end the podcast. So yeah, this was podcast 7, Gaming Chamber. Again, I've been 2B Secure. Guy, like I say every week, you guys, anyone who listens, watches this, you like our content, our podcast, like, subscribe, share. Let's get this out there, grow our channel, the channel, all that. And yeah, you guys want to say laters?
Yeah,
See you
peace out,
later.
man.
I'm gonna
Peace
go
out,
to
everybody.
bed.
All right, and yeah, like I said, Gaming Chamber Podcast, episode 7. Hopefully, we have something next week. I know we'll most likely talk about the Pokemon Direct, but if there's other stuff, obviously we're going to talk about it. I'm hoping there's more. I mean, gaming news seems to be picking up now, so we should have something next week. But yeah, until then, we'll catch you later.